This video is going to be focused on what we should be looking at when entering the false reap. I want to begin by breaking it down by body parts. First, we have our reaping leg, our non-reaping leg, and our hands. So the main focus of our reaping leg will be to off-balance them. Our non-reaping leg is going to be used to gain hip height, which will allow us to invert easier, as well as we want to be able to free our non-reaping leg. We're going to want to form some sort of connection to our opponent's leg using our hands, preferably a rear naked grip. We're going to be going into more detail as we go along the different scenarios, but for now, let's use that as a general guideline. Alright, boys and girls, so in this first clip we have Kieran Chuck. He is a great example of how you can use the false reap effectively, and I want you guys really to notice his foot and specifically his leg. Okay, so we can stop right here. If we take a look at the reaping leg, we can see how his foot is active. We want to use his leg to cause extension, right? We essentially want the opponent's weight to go opposite to where we are. So in this direction right here. We want to make this leg light, and this is going to allow us to get underneath it. Let's continue the clip. We can see here how his foot is active the whole time around. And here we have another clip with Kieran again, and let's notice the same thing once again. Right, so here we can see he's trying to extend them out. He wants the weight to go this way, to this side of the body. One thing you don't want to do in this situation is back heel, because if you're going to back heel, you're essentially going to trap yourself. Now, in order to show the real importance of the reaping leg, I want to show you guys what happens when the reaping leg is nullified. So first, he's trying to control the reaping leg, right? Second, he has his leg posted up, which is going to enable him to drive off this leg in order to stay heavy on this foot. Remember I said earlier, we need this leg to be light in order to get underneath it. So let's see how effective it is when you control the reaping leg. And Gordon Ryan is very aware that the reaping leg is really strong. So this is why he's taken extra measurements to control the reaping leg. Okay, so in this clip, we're going to see Andrew Tackett versus Jacob Couch. So here, Jacob Couch is known for his false reap, right? And Andrew is very aware of the threat. Let's see how he handles Jacob's false reap. Take a look at the grip right here. He has two hands on his reaping leg. Look at that strong grip. See? We can see how when the reaping leg is controlled, the move is completely nullified. Okay, so now let's move on to the non-reaping leg. So first, it's going to be used for mobility. It's going to be used to move around. It's going to be used to gain hip height. We want to be able to take our non-reaping leg out. Now, as we go along, I'm going to be showing you guys what I mean by that. So there's a couple of things I want you guys to notice. First are his hips, and second is what his foot is doing and how it's active throughout the whole time. Let's start the clip. So here, he's active. His hips are being elevated. We do this to be able to get underneath this leg. Another thing I want you guys to notice is how he brings this leg behind his opponent's knee. Right? Ultimately, we want to be able to free this knee. So let's see how that happens. Okay, so he manages to free the leg, and now he's going to bring this knee over here. Let's take a look at that one more time. So we're here, active foot, hips get elevated, and then he brings the leg around. Okay, now let's look at the most common way to free the leg. So here we see Diego going for the false reap, and take a look at how he does small hop-like movements. It's basically just small hops to free your leg. Let's take a look at a common counter that our opponents use against our non-reaping leg. So I want you guys to notice as Kieran is going for the false reap, what the opponent is doing, and I'll show it. So here, take a look at his leg. This is our opponent's leg right now. So he's following us with his leg and keeping it heavy. This is going to be a common counter to the false reap. This is crazy, by the way. Here is another way that we can use to free our non-reaping leg. We can see Craig Jones versus Nicholas Megarali. Alright, so let's play the clip. So here Megarali is doing the common defense I mentioned. He's trying to prevent Craig from freeing his leg. So what does Craig do? Let's take notice. He grabs Megarali's foot using his hand and just swipes it off. We're going to take a look at hand placement. So to start off, I want to say that basically you want to build a connection with your hands as soon as possible, and initially you want to just put your hands anywhere. So let's take a look here at Kieran once again. So here we see Kieran's outside arm coming in and hooking in, and his bottom arm has a sort of De La Riva hook. So he's just trying to make a connection no matter what. But optimally, you're going to want to form a rear naked choke grip with your arms. So here we can see the outside arm is elbow deep and is being reinforced by the inside arm. Here I want to show you guys what happens when you don't make a connection with your hands to the opponent's leg. There is back exposure, and that is what we are trying to prevent when we're trying to grab the opponent's leg. So by grabbing their leg, what we're doing is we're limiting their mobility and freedom in movement. Let's take a look at what happens if we don't grab their leg. Basically, you get your back taken.